Some people think that their current state in life is permanent and that things will never change and that the things that happen today will be the same tomorrow and the day after. In this video, I'm going to share with you some secrets of meditation and relaxation that you can use to break your bad habits. So keep watching to discover how changing a habit is a process, because nothing lasts forever, not even your worst habits, when you decide to make a change. Be sure to subscribe to the channel and click the bell for notifications to make sure you see all future videos on habits and how to change them. Also, check the link in the first comment for a great resource on changing your bad habits. Now, like most people, what you have failed to realize is that nothing is permanent in this world except change. And if you think you can't cope with change, maybe these tips can help you get through. Here's a quick way to understand that changing is a process and that will help you learn to accept change as a reality. Most people have preconceived ideas of what lies before them, what will happen in the future, and what to expect based on the things that are happening to them now. Problems occur when you have preconceived ideas that are fixed and then your experience change, whether drastic or small. This is because when you don't accept change as something that is real, then you will have difficulty in adapting. Therefore, it is a must that change should be accepted as true and evident. Change is rooted in the field of psychology, where behavior, mindset, and personal perspectives are taken into consideration. Experts say that for change to take effect and to be effective, you must learn and understand that it is a process. Usually change appears as a three-step process. While there may be different categories for each of these stages, still, change can be boiled down to these three stages. Stage 1, decision making. The first stage is decision making. Some experts say it is the stage of unfreezing. This is where preconceived ideas, or the so-called mindset, are taken apart and you are compelled to overcome passive actions and be interactive. The greatest action you can make is when you make decisions. When making decisions, you have to consider several things. To adapt to change, you have to avoid defense mechanisms. The most common reaction in this situation is for most people who are more defensive to reflect on how they despise change. They simply don't want to let go of their old ways. So, what about you? Are you willing to let go? When you're ready for change and you have decided to accept it, you are more than willing to try new things and are open to new information. That takes us to stage 2, preparation. To effect change, you have to learn how to prepare yourself for this coming change. Experts say that things are more bearable if you know where you're heading. This makes it important for you to have a clear understanding of your end goal. To do this, you must take the time and do a deep analysis of what is happening right now. You have to take the time and take a close look and analyze the trends and predict possible changes that may take place, say in 2 to 3 years. When you do this, the transition stage will be easier to deal with because you have programmed your mind that these things will happen. Preparation involves noteworthy attempts to effect change, and your buy-in that the changes are going to happen in the next few months. And this is just the beginning of setting goals and reaching your goals. Stage 3, taking action. Change isn't going to happen if you don't take action. In this stage, you have to get ready to engage your willpower and develop a sense of independence. That is because you have finally decided on things, prepared for them, and now you're ready to take action. This is where the actual process of change takes place. For instance, if you want to change the quality of your life, you may start with deciding what actions you have to take to see change. So, let's say you want to be a singer to earn more income. Then prepare yourself for that main event. After that, taking action is up to you to take steps needed and start applying for singing jobs or gigs where you can practice and display your talent. Keep in mind that each phase in the process has its own timeline and can be sped up or slowed down as needed. This will be the primary factor that will motivate you to move to that next level. This goes to show you that people can make changes by themselves. All you have to do is follow these 3 simple steps and it's the process of change, and see the kind of future that lies ahead. As they say, the future, your future, is in your hands. Now, let's talk about how you can use some little known ways of meditation and relaxation to facilitate your habit changes. Since its inception, relaxation and meditation have been recognized as important and effective approaches for treatment. However, many people have noted that most of these treatments are only used by professionals. What they don't know is that these can also be used personally and applied on their own. And here's how you can start to use relaxation and meditation starting today. Breathe. Air is one of the most important, maybe even the single most important element that we all need in order to survive. However, many people fail to appreciate breathing. Experts say that breathing as a means of relaxation can greatly help people not only relieve stressful situations, but also to facilitate bad habit changes. How? It is very simple. With deep breathing exercises, muscle tension, anxiety, and other factors that exhibit unclear or distracted thinking are eliminated. When you have a more relaxed condition, it will be easier for you to smooth out the bumps that you will have when making changes to bad habits. Next, identify stress. Most people who are stressed tend to engage in activities that may temporarily relieve them, but in reality, these things only do more harm than good. For instance, most tobacco smokers say that one of the reasons they smoke is to relieve tension or stress. They don't know or choose not to accept that smoking can aggravate the situation by increasing tension and irritability. By applying some meditative and relaxing activities, such as yoga or self-hypnosis, you can easily identify stress and thereby quit smoking. And even if the change process is stressful, the results can be invigorating. Detoxify. And this doesn't mean the usual detoxification that you hear about that many people usually do with their bodies. Detoxifying your mind means effective measures of eliminating negative situations or concepts. Successful people say that in order to eliminate bad thoughts, you need to program yourself with good thoughts. And this can be done simply by choosing positive thoughts. Yes, that is a choice. You either think positive or you think negative. Our mind can't occupy two thoughts at the same time. So if you really want to change your bad habits, it is important that you accept the best. People who fail to change bad habits always complain about the misconceptions or mistakes in the programs or the activities that they try. For those who succeed, though, in eliminating bad habits, they always think the best and believe that they can change for the better without any trace of bad habits being left behind. It goes to that old cliche of the glass being half full or half empty. So, how do you go about engaging in self-hypnosis? Sigmund Freud, the co-founder of the psychoanalytic school of psychology, said that change won't take place unless hypnosis is involved. But what he meant was that people can only affect change if their minds are in a relaxed state. Through self-hypnosis, the mind is relieved from anxiety and the whole body is free from stress. This means that most people are more prepared to accept suggestions that facilitate bad habit changes. And as you know, some people say that self-hypnosis may also resemble that of self-suggestion because suggestions take place, but this is not the case. Experts say that even if suggestions take place in both situations, the ability of the mind to accept things in every respect is more evident and effective when the mind isn't in its conscious state. That is because when the mind is in its conscious state, it tends to be logical and reasonable. If you can't simply switch from negative thoughts to positive thoughts because it has always been like that, then it's time to think again. The idea is to set and measure the switches that you do in order to see how effective this process can be. For instance, every time you have negative thoughts, immediately switch to positive. Then count every time you do this. In time, you will be amazed at the results. Little by little, the numbers will decrease. So, where does this lead you? All of these things boil down to the fact that changing habits isn't just a process, but more of a psychoanalytic activity where the mind is the primary motivator. Experts again say that people just have to change the way that they perceive things and develop a sense of acceptance to things that will lead them to a better life. Everything happens not by chance, but because you make choices. Remember, everyone, yes, that includes you, has a choice, and the right choices always take place when you have a relaxed and positive frame of mind. Comment below and let me know, is your glass half empty or half full when it comes to how you feel about your ability to build better habits in your life? Also, be sure to subscribe to the channel and click the notification bell for future updates on new videos. Remember, Click the link in the first comment for a great resource on changing your bad habits. And always keep working on repairing your bad habits and turning them into good lifelong habits.